Okay, so today we're going to show you how to make some silver pickled fowl feet. So the first thing we're going to do is very early on, right after you start the game, you're going to come to this location here at the church. Now the merchant here, Cal, he's going to probably already get you to buy one of these anyway, but we need to buy a crafting kit. When you talk to him, he keeps pressing you to buy one, so we've already bought it, of course. So that's what first thing we need is that. The next thing we need is a recipe for it, or a cookbook, or whatever it is. So for this one here, for the silver pickled fowl feet, it's up at a church. But we can get there at the start of the game. So we go to the third Church America and just take this little path up to that church. And of course, you probably already know that using a silver pickled fowl foot will get you 3 minutes. It'll add 50 points to your discovery, so hopefully you'll get more shinies to drop from enemies when you're looting or farming them or whatnot. Now the game forces you off of Torrent right here because we're going to be invaded. The invasion starts right at the front of the church there, so make sure you run in here fast and grab the grace. I tried like usual, but it never works. I have to come back when I'm much stronger. Anyway, the first one here is not what we want, but you can craft some poison stuff. The second one here is what we want. Missionary's Cookbook 3. So if we take a look at this thing here, it'll show us that we can craft silver pickled fowl foots. So if we go into our menu here, we can see we need rowa fruit, 4-toed fowl foot, and silver fireflies. Let's go with the fireflies first, since it's close to where at the very beginning of the game there. We're going to the Groveside Cave. There are other places around the map you can farm them, but most of them are late game. I mean, you got to go far into the game, and then I don't even find the routes as good as this anyway, so I just stay with this one. Now I'm going to get out my beast repellent torch here, so that way I don't get attacked by anything. I'll show at the end of the video where you can get one of those, since it's going to be a long video anyway. I'll just throw a bunch of stuff in there anyway, so I don't forget where it's at or have to look for it. That way these wolves won't attack you then. Just come in, grab those, run back to the grace. It also might be faster though to use a memory of grace here to return. So you'll just have to try that out and test it out, see which way is faster. Now when you do use a memory of grace, of course, you're going to lose your runes. That's one thing to be mindful of. Make sure you use them before you do something like that. Like I'm going to do right here. And since I'm using the beast repellent torch, the animals don't attack me, so I'm able to pull that off pretty easy. And it takes a little bit of time for it to load, so I might have been able to run back to it and take care of that. So you would just need to test that out to see which way works faster for you. Now we're going to go farming for the 4-foot, fowl foot thing, whatever. The bird's feet. Again, there's lots of places on the map where you can farm these things, but this is the best one I've ever found, so I'll just stay with this one. Right now I'm popping a fowl foot right there, a silver one, so I can get better drops, but it doesn't really matter. These guys will drop these things like crazy anyway. Right there you could see I didn't get what I wanted, but I'm using the silver pickled thing. So I'm just using the Ash of War gravitas, which I use throughout the entire game. So, but there you see right there, 4-toed fowl foot. I'll show you at the very end of the video where you can get this Asha War gravitas to put on your weapons as well. So stay around to the very, very end to see that if you want. This has been the easiest Asha War I've found to do these. I've used a ton of things. And this is still the easiest one ever. Okay, on to the rowa fruit or rowa fruit, or was it rowa fruit? Rowa? I don't know. Whatever you want to call them. I feel that way about most things in this game, totally pronouncing everything wrong, but who cares? As long as you know what I'm talking about. Now, I like this little farm here. There's 8 locations here. You can always get, more than one at each location. We'll just take it slow first. Show you where they're at. There's a couple other flowers and stuff around here. There's even a mushroom you can grab right up there by the spirit spring, but I don't even bother with them. Because I'm just here to get the raw fruits. But that's it. Pretty easy little farm. Now the next location is probably where the most famous one is Jarburg for these fruits. The one thing is it's pretty hard to get to. Well, not really hard, but it's tricky. So we're going to show you how to get there. So we see where Jarburg's at, so we're going to go start at the artist shack up here. And I'm going to take a little path down here. That might not be 100% accurate, that little, but if you put your marks along there, you'll kind of have an idea where we're going. Get you where we need to be. Yeah, and you're probably familiar with these already, so of course you want to just drop and try not to hit the jump button, because usually you'll over jump and then that'll be the end of it. So just keep dropping, and then if you drop a little close to the edge there, just push your stick a little bit forward there. Just back and forth, going down. That was kind of close. Now there's a shiny right there, so make sure you get it, because otherwise you're going to be wondering what that shiny is, and you don't want to go back up and go through that mess again. So we have Smithing Stone 3 there. Now this is pretty easy farm. We'll take it slow. Now you'll see to the left here you have some stairs here, and you got a little jar up there. That Jarburg Baron, I think is his name. He has some quests you can do. Behind his house here we have a couple stacks of mushrooms you can grab. So I got 3 off of that one. That's pretty good. But then it really starts down here. Just start smashing your grab button. Just ride around a little thing. There's a bunch of ways to do the farm, a bunch of different paths you could probably take, but this is just the one I kind of do. And you can see all the things you're getting. Not only just the raw fruit, but a ton of other stuff. So that's why this place is really popular. It takes a little longer to do the farm, but you do get a lot of other things that you might want or not want. And make sure you don't attack any of the pots in the village or whatnot, because you'll screw up some quests, because he won't, Jarburg up there, he will get kind of mad at you for killing his friends and won't talk to you and be mad. So he won't be able to do his quests. Like those guys right there. So all these farming locations that I'm showing in the video here are just the places that I like to farm them. There's lots of places where you can farm these things, but these I find are the easiest and the best for me. Now we're going to take a look at how to craft. So easy, you just open up your menu, go to the item crafting, select it, highlight it, then use the up and down, decide how many you want to make, and then just make them. Just like that. And that's it. So pretty much we're done. So that was all the things how to make the silver pickled fowl feet, or foots, what do you want to call them. Now I'm going to show you first, we're going to show you where the beast repellent torch is. So it's over here. As There's a merchant who sells it right here. It's very handy, not only for those wolves like that for farming, but all the catacombs and little sewers and whatever. Keeps all the rats away from you, so they don't bother you. Very handy for that. Now this is where gravitas was for farming those birds. I come here right after I get torrent and grab this one here. The enemy who drops it's really difficult to beat, but once you figure him out, shouldn't be too bad. It has a unique thing when you use it. I use it for farming everywhere in dungeons and everywhere because it hits a 360 around you, but also above and below you as well. So you can get hidden enemies or enemies on the walls, like those imps in the dungeons and stuff that like to hide on there in the catacombs. It takes them out even if they're up in the ceiling, so I don't have to worry about them dropping on my head. Doesn't this guy have the best view here? When you finally get him. Don't bother farming him for anything else because this is all he drops the first time you beat him as well. So that's it. So subscribe to support the channel or whatever, and good luck.